Osamu Tezuka, the man, the myth, the legend. This man has many names: the father of manga, the godfather of manga, and finally, the god of manga. A man thought to have been Japan's answer to Walt Disney, who was a significant influence on this mangaka's formative years. Born November 3rd, 1928, in Toyonaka in the Osaka Prefecture, he was the eldest of 3 children. Thanks to his family, he was said to be a witty and imaginative child who grew up exposed to manga and animation. His family were quite well off and educated, his father and grandparents all holding respectable position and jobs. He had a deep love of insects, apparently reminiscent of Jean-Henri Fabre. He loved insects to the point where he even incorporated the character of insect into his pen name. Tezuka credits his mother as one of the main influences on his work, for inspiring confidence and creativity through her stories. His mother often took him to the Kakarazuka Grand Theatre, which often headlined the Kakarazuka Revue, an all-female theatre troupe. This theatre troupe influenced his later work via the costumes and the actress's sparkling eyes. Another influence to his work was his father, who showed him a Walt Disney film, and Tezuka was hooked on that. Tezuka cited of watching Bambi over 80 times. He began drawing comics around his second year of elementary school. Another influence on his desire to later become an animator and mangaka was Princess Iron Fan, the very first Chinese animated feature film. A common theme among all of Tezuka's work is the preciousness of life, which he developed from his time growing up during World War II. He aimed to become a physician and did graduate and obtain a license, but decided to follow through his true passion, manga and writing. Tezuka wrote many manga works, but is best known for a few, those being Astro Boy, Kimba the White Lion, Princess Knight, Dororo, Buddha, Blackjack, and Pheonix, which Tezuka considers his life's work. His first published work was called Diary of Machan, serialized in the elementary school children's newspaper Shokumin Shimbun in early 1946. After that, he began talking to another mangaka called Shishima Sakai, who pitched a story based on Robert Louis Stevenson's novel, Treasure Planet. This got Tezuka a spot from Ikue Shunpan if he'd work on the manga, which he did, loosely basing Shin Treasure Planet on the story. While primarily being known as a manga creator, Tezuka did work on many animations too, as well for a very long time, but is cited as being a little challenging to work with, as he needed a bit more to be motivated. Tezuka's studio did pioneer and refine many aspects adopted by modern animation studios, such as shooting on threes, stop images, repetition, sectioning, combined use, and shots. In 1967, in response to the Gekiga movement, Tezuka changed his art style to become more realistic, as he changed his target audience towards adults and teenagers away from children. Tezuka first delved into Gekiga with the manga Dororo, influenced by Shigeru Miyazuki's Gegege no Kitaro. While Dororo was his first try at Gekiga style, his first genuine attempt was Swallowing the Earth, but Tezuka was dissatisfied with the result, and soon after that, he began work on Pheonix, his life work. Tezuka Osamu kept working until his death, with his last words being quoted as, "I'm begging you, let me work," spoken to a nurse who tried to take away his drawing equipment. While Tezuka Osamu was agnostic, he was buried in a Buddhist cemetery in Tokyo. He passed away from stomach cancer. In 2014, his daughter Rumiko Tezuka opened a drawer in her father's desk, which had been locked since his death in 1989. Rumiko found a half-eaten piece of chocolate in the drawer, a handwritten essay to Katsuhiro Otomo regarding his work on Akira, sketches from various projects, and erotic drawings from anthropomorphic animals. Tezuka's death profoundly impacted the Japanese public and other cartoonists. A museum was built in Takarazuka dedicated to his work and his life. He received many posthumous awards. Several animations were in production at the time, as well as the final chapters of Pheonix, but they haven't been released. Tezuka Osamu was a dedicated mangaka who influenced many other mangakas and changed the industry into what it is today. Many other influential mangakas, such as Go Nagai, have cited at least one of Tezuka Osamu's works as an influence as to why they became a mangaka, giving them the reason as to why he's called the father or god of manga. Thanks for watching up until this point. I know it's a pretty short, and you can go on for much more detail and say a lot more about this man and his influence on manga and his works as a whole. But I just don't have the time. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you can see more videos like this, and let me know what you would like to see next. As always, Mata Chasta! Enjoy!